Guys, in previous video you understood what is MongoDB and how to install MongoDB onto your system. If you are not able to install MongoDB onto your system, see my previous video. Okay, so in this video we will do some basic operations onto our MongoDB. So what we need to do is we need to go to our mongo.exe, right? And where it is, how we will go. Okay, so click on your file explorer, go to C drive, go to program files, and below you will find MongoDB. Here in that server 4.2, go to bin. In here you should go to the mongo.exe. So yeah, so the first command that I will tell you to do is db.help. So this command will give you the list of all the operations that you can do onto your MongoDB. Okay, you can read one by one. So instead of so you can read in your free time. So the next command that I will tell you is db.stat. What this command does, it whichever database that you are in, right now we are in test database. By default you will be there in test database. It will give complete statistic about that database. So like collections, it is telling how many tables are there in terms of RDBMS. So in relational database it is collections. So how many collections are there, how many objects are there, how objects means files, how many files are there. So all these things will be there. Okay, so the next command that I will do is show dbs. So this will show the complete list of database which is present onto your server. So right now you are seeing 3 databases, right? So your question might be how to create a database, right? So there is a very simple command, use and whichever database that you want to create. Suppose I want to create a dummy database, right? So I will just write use dummy. So if database is not present, what it will do is it will create a database and it will log in into that database. Okay, so I will do show dbs. We just created a database and we are inside that database also. So db is the command to see which database you are in. But why I am not able to see the database using show command? See, still I am not able to see the database. Okay, so the reason behind it is you must be having at least one file into the database so that it can represent it. Okay, so what we are going to do is we will be inserting one file into the database. How we will do that is db dot which database you want to give data into, dummy dot insert and parenthesis. You should know that in MongoDB you can give input in three formats: JSON, BOSON and XML. So we will be using JSON format. Okay, so here null database that we have inserted with nothing inside it. So if you want to show dbs, it will show you right now the dummy database has came. So I will just insert one. So this will be now if you want to delete that database, what you need to do, a simple command is there to delete that database. How to delete it? db dot which database you want to delete. So database that you are in. So I want to delete a dummy database, right? So you first need to log in into that database and you need to write db dot drop database command. So db.drop database will delete whichever database that you are currently in. So see, dropped dummy, status is equal to OK. Now if I will do show dbs, you will see not a single database is present, right? Now you understood how to create a database and how to delete the database. Now what I will do is, now I will show you how to create a table or how to create a collection itself. So see, first we need to create a database, right? So again I will create a MongoDB database. So I'm already inside the MongoDB database. See db command, I'm inside the MongoDB database. What I will do is db dot create collection. So I will just write db dot create collection. Collection means table, right? So what I will write here is the name of the collection. So suppose I will give id as the name of collection. I will press enter. See status is equal to OK. Now if you want to see that is your collections is created, so what you will do, show collections. Why collections? Because multiple collections can be there, right? So that's why S is there. So ID is there. Only one collection is there for us, right? So show command is used for two things. Show is not only two things, show many things. But right now we have learned what? Show DBS and show collections, right? So here commands are quite similar. Okay, so there are two types of and there are two ways to create a collection. First way is directly that you have seen above, and the second way is by giving different options while creating the collection. Different options means what? Let me show you. So now suppose I want to create collection ID with option. This is just a general name that I have taken. Now I want to give some options. So what are the different kinds of options that I can give? I can give options. I am giving the options in the form of JSON format. So capped. So first option that I am giving here is capped, and I have given here true. So what does this capped option will do? So what this capped do is, if this capped is true, then the size of this collection will be fixed. So we need to give size. Size I am giving, suppose 1000. Suppose I am giving the size as 1000. 1000 is more than enough. Suppose I am giving the size as 1000. Okay. Now the second thing that I am going to give is auto indexed. Auto index id. So auto index id is true. So what does this is, whatever the primary key is there, it will set it by default. Okay, it will arrange it by default. So if you are not giving the id, it will set it, otherwise it would have been set as error. Now this last thing is I'm setting is max. So max, suppose I'm writing 100. So what this max does is, how many rows or how many that documents that you want to store in this particular collection, it will tell. So max will tell what? It will tell how many maximum documents that you want to store into the particular collections. Okay, so I will now close this parenthesis. I will press enter. Note, auto index is option deprecated, will be removed in the future release. It's okay, but it has created it, right? So auto index has been deprecated from the newest release of 4.2. Okay, so now I want to see the collection. So what is the command? It is show collections, right? So I will see two collections has created here. So very good. Now I want to delete a collection. So how to delete a collection? Collection means table. Now I want to delete that table or collection. How to do that is db dot whatever the collection name that you want to delete. Suppose I want to delete this collection with id, right? So I will just write id with option drop. So in the database, whichever database that you are currently in, delete this collection named id with option using the command drop. If I will press enter, it will say true. Now if I will do show collection, it will show only one database. So in this tutorial, you will get to know about how to creating a database, how you will delete a database, how you will insert a file into that database, how to create a collection, how to delete a collection, how to see the collection, right? So in the next video, you will understand basic concept about how to create a data into that collection, how to read that data from that collection, how to update that data, and how to delete that data. Okay, so all these things you will learn into the next tutorial. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see the next tutorial.